I think it's okay to film this one in low light because this is such a dark film. Are you like me and consider yourself a Miike fan even though you ignored his like 15 films over the past couple years? I think that's okay. We don't need to revoke our Miike fan card because he's a tough guy to keep up with. Since his emergence in the early 90s, the dude's put out like 2 films a year. How could you possibly keep up with that workflow? But you still love the guy. And you love to check out the gems in between because some of his films, we admit, they're a little bit of cheese stank. So how do we pick which films to really pay attention to and make it a point to see? Well, let's take Over Your Dead Body for instance. It's been a long time since we saw the guy do purebred horror, and that's a genre that he not only owns, he makes it his bitch. One look at that poster and you know something really gross is gonna happen with that eye, and you gotta find out what it is. So how did he do coming out and reprising his role as a horror master? Over Your Dead Body starts pretty mundane and then starts spiraling into this surrealistic realm that only Takashi Miike can fictively navigate, kind of like Gozu or Audition. Unlike those films, it never quite reaches that level of depravity, but there are certainly instances of that imprint level of gore and splatter. It's almost like Miike kind of winking at us and saying, oh yeah, I still think this stuff is cool. And so do we. So do we. There are 2 things about this movie that stand out, and that's the absolutely lavish set designs. It's a rotating stage that looks so unbelievably deep for what small space they have. Now I know Miike in his spare time, how he has any spare time is beyond me because the dude's constantly making movies. He directs theater. Now if his plays look anything like they do in this movie, I think it's worth the airfare to Japan to go check it out. The second thing is the score. Now he always uses Koji Endo in I think most or maybe all of his films, but I really think in this case he nails it. It is harrowing and nightmarish. It is the perfect score to suck us deeper into this world that we can no longer crawl out of, that we can only come out of a little more screwed up. You know, the way Miike likes it. The way we like it. If you are like me and you've lost touch with Miike over the years, this is a great one to come back on the wagon with. He already has another movie. Oh my god!